Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead series. In the last episode, we pushed into town here. We did clear a firefighting station, and we're pushing towards a gun shop in the northern part of this area. Now, we do have a lot of zombies in the area. We did see a shocker zombie, which we're probably going to take care of in this episode. Hopefully find a few more CBMs. And then we're going to just continue exploring the town. Other than that, we talked about Baby LoJack, and then we talked about true crime, probably too much, and we're going to try to pull away from that kind of morbid talk in this episode. So everyone, welcome back. Here we are. We left off in this little area, and we are going to try to kill this shocker zombie, which, again, is trapped in a roller vehicle. Sorry, my words today are just escaping me. We're probably going to go down there and poke at that thing, and of course, we're trying to clear up to this gun shop, but there was quite a big little horde. I mean, not a big horde, but there was a little horde in this area. Alrighty, so I think, why don't we go down and poke the shocker first? How did you even get in there, bro? The doors are all closed. So the issue with this is that, I mean, how did you get in there? This is a closed vehicle. The windshield is fully damaged. Okay, so it came in through the windshield. So the issue is if we go down and open the door, it's going to zap us immediately, which is horrible. And we don't want that. I don't think I've been zapped by a shocker zombie, like their cloud of electricity. It's been a while, so I really don't want to have that happen and break my wonderful streak. So what we'll do is move west, and hopefully it will find its way out the windshield again, which is exactly what's happening. So we're going to fall back. Going to let it close in a little bit, and this is... Oh, hello, tough zombie. I don't want to deal with you right now. I want to deal with you. And hopefully... Oh, we're not going to get a shock... Yeah, we're not going to get a shot off before he zaps us. Yeah, let's stop. Created a cloud of electricity. Our speed is 25. Why? Oh no. Speed minus 1,000. That's bad. So my instinct is to move and retreat. That's the wrong thing to do. The right thing to do is kill the shocker before it can zap us again. So we're going to step out of the cloud, and we're going to use our aim here manually to dial in some shots. You were hurt. Yes, stop. That's the issue with this electricity, is that it moves constantly. So I don't think we're in fear of dying. I just think we're not in a great spot. We're going to take some damage. I really thought the tough zombie would close with us before I was able to get away from that. How long does the speed debuff last? It's already gone, so we're okay to move again. Not the way I would have drawn it up in the dirt, you know. Let him get a little too close. From the northwest, you hear blam. Huh. Northwest, probably the NPC. Oh, which is not appearing on my screen anymore? Oh no, did you move out of the outdoorsman shop? There was an NPC in this outdoorsman shop. We hear blam, which I believe is a sound of a gunshot. I don't think that that's a turret. I don't think that that's an explosion. I don't think anything but a gunshot. So I think the outdoorsman shop, now that we're close enough, has either loaded into the world and the NPC is moving around and engaging zombies, which will probably mean it will be dead before we get over there. Or alternatively, it already had previously moved out of the area and is somewhere in here, but we don't see it on our map anymore, which makes me think they are dead. They can't suicide, can they? Like, the blam wouldn't have been a suicide. I don't know. Oh, and we can see the zombies to the north moving to the west, which is... It's interesting, because we've shot... You would think they would migrate south, but I think that's because they heard the gunshot of the NPC. So that's really interesting. We're going to deal with this other boomer here, which will, again, make a lot of noise and maybe draw the others to the south. We don't want to dissect that shocker yet. We want to clear out some of the other stragglers first. So we'll let them come down here. Kill that bloated zombie before it becomes an issue. Oh, of course you missed. Oh, that's about as close as I ever want you to get, because we don't want to get poisoned. Alright, so we should talk about something. Let's avoid true crime. We talked about true crime in the last episode. Probably should not have. Sometimes I get comments, even just the other day. Hello, if you're watching this, someone commented recently and said, hey, I really like your content because you don't really swear, you don't really talk about horrible things. So I feel comfortable, watching this. I don't have to worry like when my wife or my girlfriend or whoever, or my kid comes in the room. And I was like, yeah, it's nice, you know, because I made an effort a while back. I don't want to swear in my content anymore. I still do occasionally. Oh, what just hit me? Oh, hello, crawling zombie. I did not see you there. You're laying in a pile of gore. Okay, well, the huge boomer means I need to stop hauling and back off here. You did manage to make me bleed, which is a bit strange. Why, am I out of bullets? I have 3 rounds left. That's enough for a huge boomer. Although you might spit on me before I get you put down here, because I'm a little close. Okay. And why don't we back off I was going to say just in case something comes up behind us. We only have 1 round left in our magazine, which was apparently enough to kill you. We're going to fall back quite a bit here just to ensure our safety. We have another boomer coming, but I'm not super concerned. We're going to sprint a bit so we can get enough distance to reload our gun comfortably. Go with the partially loaded magazine. Check the map. We have been up here before. I don't think we shot in this area, so we may get zombies coming from our east. But let's push back up here a little bit. Boomer is almost dead. Not sure what caused that. We killed 1,000 monsters. We got an achievement here. No sound effect either. I bet it plays after I close the menu. Year 1 summer, day 12. Killed 1,000 monsters. How about that? So 1,000 is quite a lot, actually. Yeah, there's that sound effect after closing. After closing the menu there. All right, so we'll deal with this as well, and we'll have a look at our score sheet just to see the number of monsters we've killed. Of course, we've gotten achievements as we've gone through the game here. Our score, I mean, I never look at this. We've taken 990 damage. That's not a lot at all. I'm surprised we've taken so little throughout the course of the game. Although I did use spears this playthrough. And for a while there, I was using blunt weapons only. We've walked 162,000 squares, which is pretty bonkers. The furthest we've ever gone underground is -1, which is a basement. So that's not very impressive. And our maximum Z level was only 2, so we must not have ever climbed any towers or anything in this playthrough. All right, and then let's look at our kills here. Anything stand out? What's the biggest number we've got? 50 tough zombies, 338 regular zombies. Of course, that would be natural. And we've killed 4 bandits. How about that? How about that? Okay. Anyway, let's just move around a bit here and see if we can get anything coming out of the woodwork after all of our gunshots. We do have a roach coming. I suppose I'll put a bullet in you just to save myself some grief and missing you in melee. So there's that. And we don't need to pulp you, of course. Oh, and we're losing the light, so we're not going to be able to dissect this. Let's just try to start it really quick. Just, no, that's a regular zombie. Where's my shocker? Over here. We're going to try. We probably will lose the light, but we'll try to dissect this really quick. Heard shuffling. Ignore. Oh, they're in that building, huh? That's okay. That's a brick wall. They're probably not going to be able to get out to us here. Finish dissecting. So what did I get? Oh, stupid. Okay, yes, I forgot. Internet. So we covered this. Spoiler alert. We covered this in our experimental Cataclysm video just this week, and I forgot all about it. Zombie shockers no longer drop CBMs because they are no longer... so bionics changes are coming. We will talk about them in detail as they happen. I don't want to give too many spoilers, you know, because it's a really deep lore thing that's going to completely change the way we play the game in a lot of ways for bionics anyway. And it may open up to a lot of other interesting things down the road, so I don't really want to spoil that necessarily. But yeah, bionics are being reworked. They're going to be changing, and part of that is that shockers are having their CBMs removed. They may be reworked in the future to be some other shocker type creature that might have CBMs. It just all depends on how things shake out with the massive changes that are coming. So no bionics there. That's unfortunate. What are you? Look, you're so buff. Look how buff he is. Are you naked as well? What a strange... A slab of festering muscle the size of a well-toned bodybuilder seems eager to strangle the life from you. Well, who isn't? I'm a pretty strangleable guy. We also have a bat-wing zombie, which I don't love. I don't think we're really reliably going to be able to get in this... Oh, never mind, because it's a boarded up variant anyway. Oh, so those of you who haven't played the game in a while, there have been some changes to different locations. Are any of you glass? It's just a blue wall. I don't know why there are blue and red. Oh, because it's a gun shop in America. Red, white, and blue, of course. We'll check the roof. There may be a way for us to... Let's drop our bag. I don't know if increased encumbrance makes you more likely to fall, but we might as well drop our bag. We need to swap out our bag anyway. It's very damaged. So climb east. Maybe there's a roof access. There is not. Climb down, yes. Skill and parkour makes it easier. Great. Love parkour. Parkour. Alright, let's activate our... Oh, yes, we can activate our claw bar to pull out nails. Ignore zombie wrestler. The window was broken behind the boarded up part here. So it doesn't look fully looted. That's great. So for those who don't know, quite a few locations have had their loot nerfed, where they're frequently boarded up or looted already. It's mostly grocery stores. At least they had the sense to not keep their gun loaded in the display here. We're just probably going to take the handguns and then any ammunition we find. I don't really need another rifle. But so many of them are already looted up or boarded up or looted, so it's like, it's not great. It's mostly grocery stores, military surplus stores, and what's the other one? I always forget the third one. Grocery stores, military surplus. Is it gun? Oh, liquor stores. It's liquor stores. So some locations have been looted up pretty significantly, and it's kind of a huge bummer when you clear across town. We've talked about it before, and I haven't mentioned this, but I'm actually working on changing that for grocery stores. I'm working on adding multiple new grocery store layouts, or variants rather, of existing layouts, which will include redoing their ratio of looted. Because basically, at the moment, if you go to a grocery store in the game, there's a 6% chance that it is unlooted and a 94% chance that it has already been looted, which is just horrible. I cannot understand why. We hear another blam. I don't know where this NPC got to. I want to save your life, bro, but I don't know where you are. Oh, and a smoker? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Just gonna walk away. 2 zombie children. Oh yeah, that's a change as well. If you look at my sidebar here, the number of enemies is also displayed now instead of random. Just a huge list of what they are. I guess we'll melee you. Actually, let's back off even further and again drop our bags so we're a little bit more combat capable. Man, I'm all over the place today talking about all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I'm working on redoing the ratios because I think having a 6% chance of a gun store being unlooted is like laughably low. I think it needs to be significantly higher. So part of adding these new layouts, I plan to change the ratios. I don't know if it's going to be accepted or not. Obviously someone made that change originally and they made it, in their mind, it was a good decision. So I might get some pushback on that. But really regardless, I'm going to be adding multiple layouts to grocery stores. Including some that are on fire, probably, and it all, of course, is pending on whether or not these things get merged or when I finish them. But yeah, I plan to add some that are on fire, maybe some that are like places that somebody was holed up for a little while, that kind of thing. So we'll see how that all pans out. Lately, I've been struggling a lot to find time to do things. I've been really just struggling to... Usually when I can't do things, it's because of like, oh, my family, we're having issues, or like my neighbor is mowing his lawn all the time, or whatever. It's very rarely something where I'm like, I literally just don't have any time. And I've been spreading myself too thin, internet. I've been trying to keep this series going, keep Circadian Dice series going, trying to record and edit my tutorial videos as we go. I've been doing the experimental Cataclysm that I did this week. It took me so many hours to put together this video, and I know people like them, but it's definitely not worth the huge time investment I put into it. Definitely does not pan out in the numbers enough to justify that kind of expenditure of time. And yeah, I'm just trying to do too much. Now I'm trying to add stuff to Cataclysm again because I really wanted to contribute after, a couple years of not having contributed. And I'm just struggling to find the time to actually get anything done. We'll take that medium battery. So this is Urban Sprawl, I believe. It has a variety of things in it. We can remove that note because I picked up my spear. Yes. So if we look here, it's Urban City Block. These contain stores in the ground floor, I believe, and then the upstairs are all apartments. So it's a really neat location. We need more stuff like that because, you know, anywhere in the city, a lot of times when you find a store, assuming it's a small store, there is usually some form of like housing above it. A lot of times, at least where I live, that's very common in cities to have a shop on the ground floor and then the owner's apartment or whatever above that. So I love seeing this because it's a more real version of the world. Because so many places in Cataclysm, we don't have second floors. They're just one floor and a roof. And that's really not how the world is at all, especially when you get into a city. Okay, so a nice little sewing shop that would have a lot of materials we could use. We actually have looted multiple locations like this already. So I don't know that we need any of that. I also don't know that we need to go up and check out the actual apartments, because there's not going to be stuff up there that we really care about. We do have this open sewer up here, which we were going to check out, and here comes a technician. I think because the sun is going down, I'm going to fall back. Sorry, frog in my throat. We're going to fall back to base here, and I think we will finally invest some time into reading and taking care of our basic gear. Like I want to swap out my backpack for something that's not severely damaged. And I would love to read some of our tailoring books so that we can work up our skill to where we could repair our Kevlar vest and our SWAT armor as necessary. Our Kevlar vest is doing fine, but our SWAT armor is damaged. We would love to bump that up all the way to the max. That would prevent even more damage from coming at us, because even just the fight we saw with like those child zombies, they were hitting us despite having very good armor. So that to me is an indicator that maybe the protection values aren't just high enough to manage to stave off those attacks. But it also may just be a product of them hitting that 5% where it's not covering our body part. In fact, I didn't look at the body parts they hit. Let's have a look back at our last impact here. Okay, zombie child claws your eyes. That's because there's no protection on our eyes. Claws at you, but you dodge. Hit your right hand, hit your foot. Yeah, so the issue is that we're not wearing gloves or boots, really, that protect our feet. We're just wearing normal shoes, and we're not wearing anything on our hands. So despite having SWAT armor that really protects us, we can still get hit on our arms, because if we get hit in the hands, it deals damage to our arms. So our torso is very, very protected. Our head could use some improvement. I would love to pick up an army helmet. I don't think we have at any point. Let's check our clothing. Did I ever pick up? We have baseball helmets. We have these sappy vests, which I'm never going to wear. We do have knee pads we could put on, which we probably should. It's a little extra leg protection. Are they're armor, right? So this is clothing. We have firefighter helmets. It probably is better than our hard hat. Let's look at our hard hat next to the firefighter helmet here. Oh, it's not on my clothing. It would be in my inventory. Firefighter helmet. And then we will compare that directly to the hard hat. Okay, firefighter on the left, hard hat on the right. Encumbrance does not really matter for your head. Basically, encumbrance on your head slot, all it means is that it prevents you from wearing other headgear. So like this hard hat is only 15, so I would be able to wear a hat with it to get a little warmth, basically. But the firefighter helmet is 40, which is above the cap, so I would not be able to wear a hat with this helmet. And I believe that cap is 40. I believe anything above 40. It might be lower than that, but I believe 40 at least, I know for sure, is above that threshold. So the protection is very slightly better, only about 1 protection more on these 3 values here, but it does have much higher acid and fire. Those aren't super relevant. And then the environmental protection of 6 is something. Basically, it will protect us somewhat from gas and things like that, but not enough to fully protect us. It also, mouth protection has an impact on whether or not you get colds or flus, so having a little bit of that would be beneficial. I think we'll put it on unless it restricts our vision, then we would not want that. So if I look at the helmet, does it cover the eyes? No, look at the helmet, please. It just covers the head, so it should not restrict our vision or cause us to have any kind of mouth encumbrance that would reduce our ability to sprint and damage our stamina. So I think we will swap the hard hat for the firefighter helmet. And then we will, just to verify, we'll check to ensure that that does not impact our mouth in any way. And it doesn't. Alternatively, we could really use some sort of eye protection so that we would stop getting that blinded trait when we get hit in the eyes. But I'm not seeing anything. We do have ballistic glasses. I was going to say I'm not seeing anything like ballistic glasses. So we'll put those on. They should have no impact on our vision or anything, but it does give us protection on our eyes. We need to replace our leather backpack. Why don't we look at our bags that we have here? That would be regular clothing. So what do we have here? No, this is still armor. No, it's not. We have backpacks. We don't have any leather backpacks. We do have military rucksacks, which are more encumbering than a leather backpack. Leather backpack has become my favorite, but I guess we will clean up a rucksack to use. Grab that. We cannot fit it in our inventory. Why don't we drop the Kevlar vest and some other things that are occupying our space here. We took that acetylene torch to get into the gun shop, but of course we found it was only boarded up rather than with the bars that we traditionally see. We did get a few handguns, but the real pain there is that we did not really get any ammunition. All we got there was that 40 and 357, both of which are not really the calibers that I'm after. So once again, just a gun shop in Cataclysm that does not make sense. Doesn't really even have ammunition that matches the guns. Most of the guns we found were 9mm, and we didn't find a single round of 9mm in the shop. So that's super exciting. So let's pick up a rucksack. Gun shops are something that is a constant discussion in the community, because people say like, oh, they don't make sense, we need to fix them. And then other people say, no, if you make them like real world gun shops, then there would just be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds of ammunition, and that would be game breaking. So there's a constant fight in the community about whether or not they need to be boosted in their loot or whether or not they should remain the way that they are. And I frankly believe that they should be made to be more realistic. I don't see any reason not to do that. Yes, it would make the game a little game breaking. Yes, there would be a lot of people who would loot gun stores, but they would not loot them to the point where there is no ammunition left. That's just nonsense. And I'm confused here why my military rucksack is not on this list. Why can't I wash you? Cotton and plastic. So because it's plastic, it must be a rigid item? No, it's not rigid. Or no, rigid is just volume stuff. Why can't I wash this with a washboard? How do I scroll down? Page down? Can be stored in a golf bag? No, that's not, can't wear that, it's filthy. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to wash it. That's why I'm trying to wash it. Yeah, can't wash military rucksack. Let's move away from the other clothes. Activate washboard. You have nothing to clean. Yeah, I do though. It's right there. So my assumption is that because it has a plastic material, it is a rigid, hard item, and hard items cannot be washed with the washboard. So let's drop the washboard and let's pick back up our spear so that we don't lose it, because God forbid. And then let's make sorry, my throat today just is giving me all kinds of problems. Then let's make a wash kit instead, because a wash kit can wash hard or soft items. Combination of a washboard and a scrubbing tool, everything you need to clean items. That's actually pretty big. Can I just make a sponge? Actually, surely I have a sponge. Pick up the sponge. I guarantee I have sponges. Yeah, I have 10 sponges. So let's activate the sponge, and that will allow us to wash a hard item, which apparently the military rucksack does count as a hard item. It's going to use 88 water, so it's going to use all the water in my tank. That's bonkers. That's way too much. But okay, that's fine. It looks like we're going to need to make a point of adding some water to our vehicle. Okay, we have 2.8 liters left. So we used 88 charges of water. It's a lot of water. And I don't know anywhere nearby that we can pull up to. I don't think we can drive up to this because of these stumps. And because this bush will arrest our motion unless we're going pretty quick. We maybe we can drive up there. But anyway, let's wear our rucksack. Take off our leather backpack and then use the unload command to unload our leather backpack. and it should insert all of our items into the rucksack. It did. So we can drop this leather backpack, which, you know, we can even butcher this for materials, and we'll just keep the leather patches that it drops. Great. And then why don't we try driving up there? I mean, I can just smash the bush, right? Can I do that? Oh, I can. It's very easy, very straightforward. Get out of here, plants. Then we'll drive our vehicle over there so we can fill up our tank again. Great, so that was a nice, easy way to deal with that instead of, oh, we should probably open our curtains if we're going to be driving. It's don't drive blind, ladies and gentlemen. Turn here, and we will try to orient ourselves between these tree stumps. Oh, I drove over the thing. This is precision driving at its finest. And back up, and we'll stop here. Great, pop out, and we should be able to fill nearby vehicle called Death Awaits. Great, nice and easy. And I don't love the idea of parking kind of in this ugly area, so we are going to back up and go back where we were, just because it's a little fancier. And the reality is I probably should have pulled up a long time ago to where we were closer to the areas that we were looting, just to save ourselves some walking distance, but I've just never really bothered with that. So there we go. We have water now, and we have a new rucksack. So the rucksack, like I said, is more encumbering when full than the actual leather backpack. You'll see it gets all the way up to 50 encumbrance, and when it's empty, I believe it's still quite a bit. Is 14, that's not empty, that's what its current thing is. So I'm not sure how low it can get, probably pretty low because it's not rigid, so it collapses and becomes, you know, less unwieldy. But yeah, 50 when full is quite staggeringly high, and I often forget to drop my bags. So that is another reason that it's good that we were shifting away from melee and moving to more, is it still, yeah, it's going to be nighttime here. Shifting away from that and moving more towards firearms instead. So let's just read some books, and we should have some tailoring books. I would like to raise tailoring. Tailoring is on our books are on our med pile, I think. Tailor. I mean, I could just use the read command and pick something up. All right. So what do we want to raise? Electronics, since we're going to be going up to some zombies, we would like to raise our electronics to have a better chance of harvesting CBMs from those technicians. A bump of one level probably is not going to make a huge difference, and I believe in that category, I believe electronics is the least valuable of those skills for that skill check, so I don't know that that's super relevant. And yeah, I think we'll just raise tailoring because our tailoring is abysmal, and we'll just read till the sun goes down here. Yeah. Man, this episode as well has gotten away from me a bit with my banter. I just don't seem to be able to really put together a very coherent sentence today. Sorry, internet. It is quite warm again today. Had a very busy week. I've not really been recording very much, and I probably won't be recording very much today either. I have some errands to run before it gets too much later. Too dark to read. We'll move into the light then, dummy. We'll continue reading. So you'll also notice that our reading is very slow. This seems to be the same issue as when we're sleeping, and how much slower it is when we're sleeping. So I imagine they're being caused by the same thing. Hopefully that is not a huge issue moving forward. I believe at some point we dropped our meat pizzas, or did we eat them all? I don't remember. Okay, I think we ate them all, but we'll make something here for dinner as well. Yeah, sorry, just struggling a bit lately. Life itself has been pretty okay. You know, I know I often have talked historically about a lot of problems in my life and how difficult things can be in my household. Things have been pretty stable, you know. I haven't really given you an update in a while. I've been doing fine. Most days pass pretty quickly and easily without too many problems. I'm pretty content with my actual day-to-day experience. I don't know. You know, obviously I'm not where I want to be. I would like to be more financially stable. I would like to be making better and more content, things like that. But, you know, I don't know. I feel pretty okay most days, which is an unusual place for me to be. In my whole life, I've struggled a lot with depression and things like that. And yeah, just having some time where I don't feel like the world is ending, it's been pretty beneficial for my mental health. And I've been doing pretty well overall. So, yeah. It looks like we need to sleep again. Again, I would like to do this off camera because of the time that it takes, but I want to be on camera in case we get attacked, so I'm just going to sleep and then we're probably going to call the episode. Hey, that's pretty great. It only took us about a minute and a half to sleep this time instead of the 6 or 7 minutes that it has previously. And you'll notice we did fully heal overnight here, which is just fantastic because we are going to go out and push into the zombies a little bit more. And of course, we're coughing very heavily. We did get some calorie dense messages, but no zombies broke in our vehicle to try and eat our feet while we were sleeping. So everyone, I think we're going to call the episode here for now. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you had an enjoyable time in this episode, and I will be back with more Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead in the near future. So I'll see you next time.